of texts of this person telling you that Jordan had this person do that, or was this just something that somebody told you like in person?
It was something somebody told me in person.
Okay.
Because where the area that I'm from, I'm pretty well known, and so I've got a lot of, I guess you could call, acquaintances and
Yeah.
everything, and that's just what they came and told me, and then they tried to sit there and also tell me that she was saying it was me, the dude, and then somebody else. But the thing is like I don't know her dad. I've never met her dad. That was
Right.
my sister's thing. Like, I'm not going to involve myself in my sister's girlfriend's family. That would be
Right.
strange.
Right. Of course. Yeah. Be crazy. Yeah. So I think it's important. I'm going to say, guys, that allegedly Jordan was behind the taking of the pew pews and reselling. Since I don't have any proof, I don't want to say yes, it was Jordan. I've got to be responsible since I'm the one streaming it. So I'm going to say that it is alleged that Jordan was actually the one who did it, that she got someone to do it for her or with her, and that this person, I'm sorry, what's your name? I don't want to call you Lick. So what
You
can I
could
call you?
you could just call me Brendan. That's my
Okay.
name. My name's Brendan Tipton. I'm
Brendan. Okay.
Bree's brother.
Okay. So Brendan had a bunch of his stuff stolen, right? Like iPhone, Xbox, designer clothes were taken, and Jordan said that it was the same guy who allegedly took the pew pews from her dad. So seems like, there's allegedly a pattern with Jordan stealing things in order to get rugs. Now, when they told you that she had done that with her dad's pew pews, did they say like how she was able to sell them? Was it like through a pawn shop, or did she
No,
just?
definitely not. It was most likely what I believe she did with them is the guy that she had backdoor her dad was the, like, I guess you could say, like, the middleman of the situation, and they probably sold him on the street for cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Okay. Some people are asking, do you know from like, when Jordan was dating your sister, do you happen to know what her rug of choice was at that time? Like what she was taking?
Uh, so I've gotten a little bit out of my sister from back in that time. And from what I understand, it was Yerk 30s, I guess you
Gotcha.
could call them,
Okay.
and something else. I can't remember. I think it was H.
Mhm.
But
So
uh,
definitely opiates is what it sounds
yeah,
like.
absolutely. Like, there was times where I would walk into my sister's room to talk to my sister or hang out or whatnot, and she would be sitting there on the bed against the wall, like slumped. I mean, like nodding off, slumped. Like, it was bad quite a few times.
Yeah, that's what we've assumed it was, but people think that it might be snow, but I firmly believe it's opiates without a doubt. Um, I don't know. Does anybody in the chat have any other questions for Brendan? I don't want to hold
Well,
you up too much. I appreciate you coming over.
well, duh, I've got all night, man. I could stay in here and talk with you and answer as many questions as you guys need answered. I'm not doing
I
nothing. So,
appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys have a question, you can request the box. If there's anything that I haven't asked, I was mainly wondering about the pew pews because people were saying that there were like, I guess, two different pew pew incidents, right? Where one where her
yeah,
dad's was stolen, and then one where I guess she had
hers was
left one
stolen.
in a cabinet or something.
Yeah, that's
Um,
the one that I know for a fact is about me, because I did in fact hold on to one of her pew pews because she had given me the permission to, because of the city that I was living in with my sister and the neighborhood that we were in. Like, there was gunshots, like, literally, like, right on the corner of where we lived, like, multiple times. So owning one and having one was a pretty much a necessity at the time.
Makes sense. Now, when she was with your sister, did she work?
Uh, uh, yes and no. When she did work, she worked for, I'd say, like maybe a month at a time.
Okay.
And then it was back to my sister and my mom pretty much taking care of them, of all three of them, her, my sister, and my niece.
Now, did Jordan ever talk about her relationship with her parents and why she couldn't go to them? And like why did she have to go, to your mom, to your family to take care of her? Like did she ever talk, like is there like a lot of tension there that she would talk about? Like why she
So,
couldn't go that to her parents' house?
so from what she told me and my sister was that her parents were like, what's the proper term? Like helicopter parents, kind of,
Okay.
and her smoking and doing stuff, was not accepted in their household, and there was some kind of like falling out because she brought a substance into her parents' house at one point, and they smelt it and obviously was not okay with it, and got into an argument about that or something, and then they had some sort of falling out. And I mean, this was like a repetitive cycle with her. Like her parents would forgive her, her dad or whatever would forgive her, and then she'd go back and then kicked out again, and then like it went on like that for years, of back and forth. So I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but from what I can tell, what the truth really is that her substance abuse led to her stealing from her family, and
And that
a
could be
lot of
why.
her old friends, and pretty much just burning every bridge that was built.
Gotcha. Um, let's see. How long was she with your sister?
Uh, I'd say it was from like 2015 to like 2020,
Okay.
2021-ish.
Okay.
Because, like, don't get me wrong, my sister's no saint by any means. Like, they were very much so toxic to each other, but I believe that the only reason why my sister became that kind of person is because that's, like
Because of Jordan.
what she was willing to put up with, to say it lightly.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Yo, what's up, David? Did you have a question?
Yeah, actually, I had two. You were in Penny Ferry's live, right, Sugar? Or what's your?
I'm sorry, what?
You were in Penny Ferry's live, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in and out, but yeah, I was there.
Okay. Something that I caught in there that threw me off. You notice how, like, she said here recently that she can't, because everybody's been getting on her to get a job. And
Yeah.
she said she can't work like a factory job or manual labor because of, her heart condition and her lung condition. But in the video Penny Ferry played, remember, she said she was getting a $23 an hour construction job, and then she worked at Amazon. Those are both demanding jobs physically.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
one was even like a $20 an hour job at I forget the name of the company, but it was like I believe like an internet company, if I remember correctly. So yeah, when she was with your sister, was there talks of her having those health issues, or was that never mentioned? That
Um,
true.
sorry, I'm eating. From what I know of, she didn't really have any underlying actual health issues
Okay.
other than being sick from not having her substance,
Gotcha. Sorry, David, I kind of cut you off. You can go ahead and continue.
No,
Sorry,
no, you're
slowing down
fine.
for
You're fine. That's all I wanted to ask because I caught that in that live because I remember her saying that she couldn't because of her heart, and then she's like, when Penny was playing the older clips, she was saying she got a $23 an hour construction job and then working at Amazon. And I know those are both demanding jobs physically,
Yeah.
so
And she also smokes cigarettes. There's
yeah.
videos of her smoking, which that's
Yeah.
not good for your heart or your lungs. Miss B, absolutely. You can request the box if you got something to ask.
But I'll go down. That's all I wanted to add to the point.
All right, David, I appreciate you. Thanks so much.
Cat. So Cat Juice just asked a good question that I would also like to answer. He said, "Did Jordan get physical with your sister Bree?" The answer is yes. I actually got arrested because I got tired of it, to say the least, and I warned all of my sister's significant others to not put hands on my sisters. I'm very protective over my family.
Yeah. That's
On good terms or not,
Colin, thank you.
So there was one time that the time that I got arrested, I was down in my basement. That was where my room was, and I was having a drink and listening to music, and my baby sister had come downstairs and notified me. She was like, "Hey, like Jordan's up there getting in Bree's face, pushing her, and da 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 da." And so I went up there. I went to open the door. I didn't open the door. I put my fist through the door, and then I opened the door, and I got into her face and was like, "What did I tell you about putting your hands on my sister?" And it got to the point where I had to have my baby sister grab my niece and take her out of the room. Jordan shoves me. That triggered me instantly, so I just started swinging for the fences. Messed her up pretty bad. I wound up leaving and then coming back, and then the police was like, "Well, we can't arrest you. You're underage. We gotta go somewhere."
Right.
So I went and stayed somewhere for, I want to say, like a week or so, and then I come back, and that a lot of things fell apart in that time frame, unfortunately. But yeah, Jordan is not the person that she portrays all over TikTok and social media. It's just like,
and look, we I think it's been proven, right, that people who commit domestic violence don't just do it once, right? It's a pattern, right? Like they tend to do it often. So, for her doing that to your sister, I'm sure that she's got other exes who have very similar stories to what happened to your sister. And I'm sorry that happened. That's absolutely horrible. I couldn't imagine how that must have felt as her brother to see that,
I mean, yeah, it really, really grinded my gears. But to the people that just asked, if me and my sister are talking nowadays, the answer is no. Unfortunately, I still love her to death. I'll do anything for her, even if she called me right now and was like, "Hey, bub, I need you." I'd be there in a heartbeat. That's what family is.
Tammy, no.
And yeah, man, it's unfortunate because, like I said in Penny's live, there for a while, I really looked up to Jordan. Jordan was like a big brother figure to me. And I say big brother because she wanted to be he way back in the day. And so I always kind of just respected that,
Yeah.
So,
and then, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I saw a comment. Someone asked, they said that, I guess Jordan allegedly had said that your sister was the one who stole your Xbox. So, I guess they're asking, which I think you already answered, right? That obviously wasn't the case. Your sister didn't take it. She had somebody else. She told you that a guy took it or something, right?
Yeah. And honestly, like, I love my sister to death. I wouldn't put it past her to do something like that, though. But to me, it doesn't make sense as to why my sister would, steal something that valuable to me. because my sister, she doesn't do drugs, like at all. So why would she need that kind of money for her own like smoking habits?
Yeah. Mrs. McCoy, I don't think so. They're asking if you know who pays for Jordan's hotel. I'm assuming you haven't talked to Jordan in a while, but do you have any idea who's paying for it?
I mean, I have a couple theories on who it could be, but that list is decently long.
And it would just be your opinion. Nothing it wouldn't, so there's no point in even naming names because we would need to have like hardcore evidence. But
Right.
Doodle fam, if you've got a question, you can go ahead and ask, and then we'll go to Mrs. B after that, and then Dreamweaver. Doodle fam? I don't think they meant to request the box, so we'll go ahead and go to Miss B.
Hi everyone. I just have a quick question. So, being that Jordan always reverts back to saying that her parents or her parent, specifically her mother, is with law enforcement, I was wondering, could you confirm that and also explain why they don't help her financially or with any of the criminal things that she says she's going to place against other people?
Were you asking me that?
Yes, sir.
So I've said a few times, I personally don't know her mom or dad. I never really did. I could only go off of what I was told, and honestly, if her mom is in law enforcement, the reason why she wouldn't help Jordan is because, again, she knows Jordan is full of ish, just like everybody else does. Jordan's burned her bridges with her parents 1,001 times. They quit helping her years ago because of her patterns, her cycles, her constant manipulation and narcissistic behaviors.
Okay, because I was just wondering, because although the months seem to blend together now, I've kind of got hooked on watching her in different people's lives. But I remember specifically a couple of months ago, she was stating that her mom did something with law enforcement, and she had connections and she was going to get all of these people in trouble. That's why she was taking all the screenshots, and that's why she was blocking people and stuff like that. And then it kind of turned over to, no, I'm going to get help from legal aid. So that's why I was asking, because I just wasn't sure. I'm like, well, if your mom is with law enforcement, you should reach out to her. That should be your first point of contact instead of trying to contact other people.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that. To me, that doesn't make sense. Even if her mother is in law enforcement, I don't know. That just goes to show the effects of her substance abuse.
And we've already debunked the legal aid thing. I called them. Okay. I recorded it. I posted it. It's on my page if you want to watch. They don't even help people with the things that she claims she's sending them, right? Because she always says, oh, I've got legal aid and I'm sending them all screenshots of this, and just wait, I'm going to get an attorney. They confirm, no, they don't do any of that. So,
well, it wouldn't work like that. I have 2 degrees in criminal justice, and one is criminal justice with a minor in legal affairs, and it wouldn't work like that. So, yeah. But, everyone gets on here and they're TikTok lawyers, so they go from there.
Right.
That's the only question that I had. Thank you so much, both of you all, for your time. And I'm going to drop back down into the comments.
All right, Miss B, thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, boy mom, did you have a question?
Can you hear me?
These guys. Yeah, we can hear you.
I don't necessarily have a question, but I just wanted to clear up when someone who has been on substances for a very long time, it does mess with their ejection fraction, which is their heart. It makes them have heart problems, which when the ejection fraction percentage is how much percent that your blood is pumping through your heart correctly. So you got 100%, all the way down to 0. So her heart problems, from my opinion, are from
Drugs.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
it's I see it every day. I worked in rehabs, and it's textbooks behavior, and and I don't know. We all want her to, we don't have no ill intentions,
No.
but you can't help somebody who does not want to help themselves. We
I
can talk
agree.
till we're blue in the face and look at her and tell her, whatever. And until she, like, physically and mentally she's got to hit rock bottom, though. That's the only time. And that's, what we're trying to do with this awareness is, like, somebody, it's got to stick to it. You got to hit rock bottom to get help.
See, and
So,
I completely agree with you because I personally, I'm a recovering alcoholic.
uh-huh.
I've had to restart my life countless times, and like right now, technically, I am homeless. But I'm in counseling. I'm taking the steps to stay sober and continue to be sober. I'm looking for work and everything, and then I see a lot of people like Jordan out here that will go on their platforms and everything and get boohoo money is what I call it. So I don't see people stopping because of the manipulation and how well of a manipulator she can be for people that have really big hearts and really nice soft spots for other folks that are going through struggles,
Yeah.
you know?
And see,
And
so I've been in nursing for 20 years, okay? The past 3 years, I had to have back surgery and everything. That took a toll. I was on, the medications for a long time, and I was starting to see the amount I was prescribed was it get higher and higher. And, like, even me working in rehabs, I'm like, oh no, I don't have a problem, this and that. I've got a prescription. But, like, I stopped working. I got very bad depressed, and these past 3 years I have not worked, and I've got 4 kids. I don't beg, I of course don't come on here, and I'm scared to even show my face, but still, um, like, I I don't really know what made me actually reach out to find a way to get off of them. I right now I can't even think of off the top of my head, but I did reach out to Bicycle Health, which is an online thing. My fear was stopping them because I know how the withdrawals are, and that's what really scared me. But getting on, like, the Suboxone and whatnot, it helped. It helped smooth the withdrawals. Like, she wouldn't have to go into a facility. She could do it all online, same day prescription, all that type of stuff. Like, she'd come on here and be like, hey, I'm really wanting to do this. If somebody wants to do this, but somebody actually get on there and pay for it themselves, that she's actually doing it, that's a different story. You're actually trying to get that help.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just
If you